On Luka Doncic and the Lakers, fresh off a win in Indiana. Kobe White
eager for the rematch of the Doncic matchup.
It's effort. It has nothing to do with ability. Muscle, baby.
Well, Buzelis got an opportunity to guard LeBron James on Saturday. Giddey is on Doncic to start. Jackson Hayes sets the screen. Doncic drives. Vucevic deters. Hayes' shot attempt was off target, and here comes Giddey. And looking to attack into Dorian Finney-Smith for the first two of the game.
He went right into
Hachimura tonight. It's the second night of a back-to-back. Remember, he was dealing with a knee injury. Here's James, baseline. That won't go. Herter taps it to Giddey, and the Bulls are looking to push the pace. Buzelis, steps, reverse, no. Everything but the finish. A 120-119 Laker win in Indianapolis last night. Doncic missed the floater. James got the putback. Doncic misses from the foul line here.
One of the things that we saw in Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Lakers were able to run for about 2.5 quarters. But in that third quarter, going to that fourth, they got ran out the building.
We've talked about the conditioning of this particular Bulls unit. Mike Malone, the head coach of the Nuggets, was very complimentary of the motor of this team. Buzelis unable to finish, but Vucevic taps it out to Giddey and gets it in the post. Here's Kobe White. That's a deep Kobe White three.
Oh, wow, that was for Willowbrook.
Kobe White has been absolutely on fire in this 13-game stretch where he has scored 20+ in every game. Lob for James, kick out for Hayes. Buzelis deters. Hayes gets the first two Laker points.
You got a KYP, know your personnel. You're not going to go out to Jackson Hayes in the three-point line. He's not going to shoot that shot.
Hayes has been their main starting center since the trade of Anthony Davis that brought Doncic over at the beginning of February. The spin by White, the slip for Vucevic, the move on Hayes, and the left-handed score.
Oh, nice move right there. That is an easy basket.
Vucevic quietly has still continued to put together very consistent games, so his numbers over the last handful of games of the road trip were very good. Reeves to LeBron, worked on by Herter. The help by Buzelis, the kick out for Doncic. He was absolutely on fire in the first half from three.
Are you going to guard Dorian Finney-Smith in the corner, or are you going to stay on Luka? You got to stay on Luka. Make Dorian Finney make that shot.
Good slip, Giddey to Vucevic for another deuce. Lakers have lost 7 of their last 11 games. Here is Reeves. He's their third option offensively, averaging a career-high 19 a game. Buzelis working on Reeves behind the back to the cup, and he drew a foul.
I don't know who said it, but they were completely wrong. They're punching air right now. There's a lot of teams where it develops a consistent outside shot because teams are going to try to run him off that three-point line. Right now, they're daring him to shoot. But if he can start making that shot next season, boy, his handles and being able to get to the basket is going to cause teams problems.
Remember, he was ice cold in the first half against the Lakers. He heated up huge in the second en route to those 31 points. There's the all-time leading scorer in the history, the 180 now for James. Giddey a three. Good.
Oh, Giddey up. Percent from the three-point line since the last 20-something games.
Up to 38 now for the season, which is by far a career high. And that's over league average. Doncic no. Buzelis the rebound. Bulls with an early 7-point lead. Here's Giddey. Tried to sling it through traffic. Good cut by Herter. Giddey finds him. Herter gets it to go. Don't forget what Josh Giddey.
Prepare glasses every game. Colors. Get some color ones.
I would like to see
green, blue, red.
Mix it up a little bit now that he's this kind of television star, despite not knowing how to dap up Kobe White. We saw that earlier today.
It was awkward.
Like what? It's awkward, man. Kevin Herter off target on the three. LeBron James with the rebound. It's tough because sometimes you go in for the fist bump, sometimes you go in for the dap. You never know. You're a dap guy. Oh, nice shot by Vucevic. He stripped LeBron James. Herter, transition. Buzelis, unable to finish. He was extending.
He wanted to dunk it.
Kind of got caught up in between there. Here's James against Vucevic. He'll launch a three. Rebound Giddey.
Right now, the Lakers are struggling. 36% from the field, 4 of 11 from the field.
Conflict defensively. Williams is in. He took Kobe White's spot, first man off the bench. Can't enter it into Vucevic. Now he does. Got to shoot, though. Got it off the rim.
Got to recognize that a little bit earlier with AR-15 on him.
It is Finney-Smith. Rebound Buzelis. Already 3 boards for Modis. Here's Giddey on the outside. Picked up by Hayes. Giddey off the curl. Unable to connect on the 3. He took it away from Hayes, but missed the layup. Tried to strip it from Doncic, who clears and sends it down the floor for LeBron. Wild sequence.
They got the mismatch again. Vooch
with Austin Reeves on him. Williams stumbles, nearly traveled, got it to Giddey in time. And as he tries to draw a foul, I think have an eye out. Kevin actually asked for a score update. It's a 1-point Florida lead in the first half. Here's your fellow Sooner, Reeves. Williams trying to check him. The screen by Vanderbilt, and Williams on the wrist. And Vanderbilt is out there trying to. This is a smaller team in general, even with Jackson Hayes.
They only got one big guy.
Kevin Huerter.
Don't hurt him, Kev.
Number 1,000 in his coaching that milestone.
It's a huge milestone. He has really found his stroke now after a slow start. See that low? See how low it is?
Twisting pass back out. Doncic a 3. That won't go. Buzelis has another rebound. Already 4 boards for Modis.
They're up 11-5 rebounds.
Williams trying to drive that baseline on Doncic again.
There you go. Be aggressive. You like to see that.
Point lead early. They were in control for the most part of that game. After halftime against the Lakers, it was Doncic and Reeves that kept the Lakers in it on Saturday. Good play by Giddey defensively. Huerter on Reeves. Hangs, banks, no. Tried to get his own miss. It's tipped to Doncic.
You can see some more black jerseys down there on that offensive rebound.
Luka's going to pull up. Nice rebound by Giddey in traffic. Doncic 1 for 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from downtown. Buzelis looking for a 3.
Bang, bang, bang. And he caught that in rhythm. No thinking that whatsoever, and just drained it.
Bulls 4 of 7. And 4 of 7 from downtown, a 13-point lead now. Doncic penetrates, lays it up and in. He's got 5.
He's just so deadly at that high pick and roll. If you're going to play that drop screen, you saw it in that with the Minnesota games, and they just take advantage of Gobert.
Checking at the next whistle. Collins is already checked in.
Well, a lot of times when you have your family there, he's from Arizona, he had his family there, a little nervous. He had a couple turnovers, and then Billy went away from him on the one.
It nearly was a rip. And then during that road trip, put together some rock-solid games, including a 4 for 4. Now, Dalen doesn't take a ton of them, obviously, because his percentage has gone all the way up to 37. That's how good of a road trip he had. Gabe Vincent's a tough defender. He's picking up Kobe White full court. Collins, Terry, Julian Phillips, and Patrick Williams right on cue. That wouldn't go, but a long rebound. Doncic tried to throw it off of Phillips. Hayes saved it. Now Terry picks up Doncic. LeBron's back out there with Luka. Vincent, Vanderbilt, and Jackson Hayes setting the screen. Doncic runs it, throws it, saved by Vincent. LeBron throws it outside. Vanderbilt drives into Collins, off to Hayes.
That was good movement by the Lakers.
Bulls get a break that he missed the layup. Williams and Vanderbilt fight for it, and Williams ripped it away. He's got a little sloppy, but got away with it. White hangs, bangs, shoots, and
he's gotten bigger and he's gotten stronger and he's been able to finish. On Tuesdays at 4 p.m., watch on them. You can get your podcast. You can never get enough of me, baby.
It's the first time you haven't complained. It's the first time you haven't complained about the length of a read all
You know what? You're a hater. You're a hater. Oh, wow. It's always the people closest to you to get you. Oh, man.
At two, Adam? Collins from
oh, my goodness. Oh, Ente Brute. Oh.
Brother, I always enjoy coming out with you and Mark. It's always a blast coming out.
You were a friend of the program, but I think I'm going to revoke it.
Now you're revoking the card.
Yeah, I'm revoke it.
Here's LeBron working inside. That rims out. Hayes the tap. A couple of efforts, and it puts it in.
Well, Hayes is so athletic.
Yeah.
But again, they don't have a lot of size. Well, you would thought they'd went out and got some guys on the free agent market.
Here's White, a fading jumper won't go. Remember, they traded for Mark Williams for Dalton Connect, and that trade was rescinded. That would have helped them a lot. Williams' numbers have even been better since that trade was rescinded. Connect has kind of struggled at times since. He didn't play till late in the game on Saturday. He's getting an early chance from the three-point line tonight.
Got numbers.
White had Terry up ahead. Kobe splits, drives, and scores.
Let me get some butter.
Collins for the two. 6 points for Collins already, who barely played in the finale of the road trip. Jalen Smith and Zach Collins, it's kind of been 6 in one, half a dozen in the other to decide who backs up Vucevic, but they've been very supportive of each other. Giddey a foul, Reeves will go. Zach Collins was first guy off the bench flexing, and
since the All-Star break, they are playing for one another. It's almost like a field, like you're a college team. Like they're so into the moment.
Well, you said those road trips, those 10, 12-day road trips, that's what bonds teams oftentimes, especially if you play well on those trips. You come away with good memories and good vibes coming back. That seems to be the case with this group right now. 8 of their last 10 that they have won. One of the hotter teams in the league, the Bulls. Giddey, a three, tough shot, long rebound, Vanderbilt. There's Goodwin. Reeves drives it against Giddey, separates and scores. Here, he's got 6 points.
We're going to get some points here now. They're in a zone now. 2-3 matchup.
See if they can get Collins, who's got the mismatch.
He's got to want the ball, though. You got to go in there and demand that ball.
White dribbling off of his. Here is Reeves. Looking for the foul, and Dalen Terry knows.
Shoot it.
Austin Reeves, ball in Germany. Spencer and his wife Casey. Austin was going to do that for him, and congratulations to Austin. He's going to be an uncle.
And you can see Adam.
Bulls full and partial is a foul, his first. First on LA. Williams splits. He's lead it by 6. So no Luka, so Reeves is bringing it up. James, Goodwin, Vanderbilt, and Connect, the rookie sharpshooter. James, good challenge by Williams. Patrick was not afraid to go up against LeBron. Giddey looking for the foul, and he gets it on Dalton Connect.
Full station.
Giddey splits at the line. Back to a 7-point lead. Remember, Giddey only played 3 of the games on that road trip as he was dealing with that right ankle issue. Reeves, a deep one. He's hot now in the second quarter. There's Terry. Giddey, trap, kick out, rotate. To White. A contested 3. In and out. Good rebound by Collins. And was he out of bounds? 2 Reeves on the inbound. Bulls turn it over. LeBron walked past to Vanderbilt. Impressive.
That was a nice pass. He got 6 assists here in the early going.
And typical of LeBron, right? Trying to get others involved in the early going. That's been the case so far tonight. Little pocket pass getting to Collins. 8 for Zach.
Magic.
Absolutely.
And Michael. Kobe was more Michael.
I've always agreed with your take on that. The game and the body types. There is Goodwin getting the 2.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
that's one of the greatest point guards ever. Yeah. Here's Terry. In the corner for 3. Tipped out high. Flagged down by Giddey. Finds Kobe White. Collins tipped it to James. Kobe just 2 of 6 from the field. Reeves inside.
This group probably had 7 bad minutes against Cleveland and 2 bad minutes against Indiana. But every game we were in it, and they had a very good road trip, 4-2. We thought that we could have. The expectations were what he showed after All-Star Weekend, right? He's on a heater right now and averaging 22, 10 and 9, right? And then Kobe's obviously playing amazing. Last 2 weeks, he was Player of the Week. And everybody fit very well the way we want to play, and they've been very confident. And yeah, great fit. Great fit.
The 2-point Bulls lead. AK is with us here courtside at the United Center. I kind of want to get your sense as Giddey sets up Vucevic. The evolution of the game over the last 10 years, since your time in Denver to now what you're seeing now, and how you and Mark Eversley try to approach building a roster with the style of play that you see? How has it evolved, and how has it changed your job where you guys are sitting now?
Well, we're looking for players that can play that style of, basketball. Exactly. We're constantly waiting to tire teams out, and especially if we catch you on a back-to-back.
Kind of unconventional in the way you put this team together to begin with. A lot of teams want to, go to the draft guys, but sometimes you have to wait years for a draft pick to mature, or sometimes they don't pan out. You went out and got guys who've had relative success in the
pick and picks moving forward. We accomplished that. Then we wanted to.
I'm sure every fan base has to go through this in some form or fashion, even a team like the Lakers that has had success this year. The expectations of their fans, signing guys, getting guys, chemistry, which we saw a little bit slow out of the All-Star break with the new roster, and now it's starting to come together. Talk to us about the process and how long it takes to go. Jackson Hayes on a rib run.
As a front office, you can impact, your roster. Obviously, at free agency, a little bit before the season starts, and then at trade deadline, and then you can just watch this group develop. And Billy, his staff, done a great job, and obviously the players, huge part of it, and of this buy-in, and hopefully they can continue their growth, next 10 games.
One of the things that we've really seen is the maturation of Modest. He's gone from, in the beginning he didn't play a lot, but he stayed focused. He still worked on his game, and when he's gotten the opportunity, he's shown you that he can be a very good player for this franchise in the future.
Yeah, I think, not very specific games, but let's say Lakers game in LA, he has, he has a lot of game, but he needs to get stronger, and that's going to come with experience and time.
Well, there's a buzz about this team right now, the way they're playing.
Doncic, lob, Hayes, oh my gosh, over the top.
It's like a squirrel trying to climb a tree. But again, that drop zone, you're going to have to move up.
Yeah.
If you're not going to move up, that's going to be there all night. It's been there all night. They just haven't been able to convert.
5 to shoot for Williams. Penetrates, pull up, elbow. Won't go. Rebounded by Finney-Smith. Out there with Doncic, Hayes, Vincent, and Goodwin. Bulls have Buzelis, Williams, Vucevic, White, and Herter. Here's Luka on the attack, looking for Hayes.
That time they played up. Kobe was there.
Now Hayes gets it in the post and hooks it over Vucevic. So he's got 8 in this quarter and 14 now to lead the Lakers, who are back within 2 again.
I'll tell you what, Luka's going to get that kid paid.
Just like he did with...
He looks like a totally different player.
White attacks into...
Team in the playoffs. So they're going to play defense a little bit different than they did in LA against Kobe. They're almost playing 3 guys on him at all times.
Way off from Doncic on the 3 and out of bounds. Lock up the season series in the tiebreak. Herter hangs. No. Vucevic is able to get the offensive board. Second of the night for Herter. And on defense with the Thompson kid. Blocking foul. Vince works around Vanderbilt. Good fake and good finish.
Exactly. There's no size out. He should be licking his chops, having anybody guard him.
Vanderbilt here at Vanderbilt. After all that, a little bit of confusion in that particular sequence.
I'd go tell Billy to give it back to Finney-Smith. He's the one going to play most of the defense out there.
Yeah, he's the starter. Here's White. Nice move. What a reverse and the...
Tearing it up right now.
Different level, man. Best month of his career. Doncic step back over Williams contesting. Giddy trying to battle LeBron, and LeBron is able to use the body for the...
That would have been a foul.
Vanderbilt picks up another foul, and that sends Giddy to the stray. It's 11 points already. Make it 12 against the Lakers. He had 8 steals. One of the highest totals in Bulls history. 15-10, a career-high tying 17 assists as well. Vucevic did not buy on the LeBron fake, and it's picked off by Herter. Giddy to Williams, pass Doncic.
Oh. Yeah, if you're Patrick, you got to go through his chest. He's not going to block your shot.
Vincent, a transition 3. That won't go. Tipped away by Herter, and White grabs it. 70 seconds left in the half. Bulls by 6. They have not trailed. Herter, catch, fake, step, three. Around and out. Touched every part of the iron.
That was some ball.
And it's LeBron. This is where he does a lot of damage. In fast break opportunities and an easy run to the rim.